My name is Dr. Christine Kaczmar, still in practice here in Shelby Township, Michigan, helping to save millions of lives is my goal, 5 million lives from the broken medical model, because the medical model is so broken. And why it's broken, it's not that they're bad people per se, it's that the medical model is broken because they're looking at the wrong thing. They're not looking at how to energize your body. Instead, they're looking at how to cover up symptoms. They're treating the after effect of a lot of different things. And let me just say to you that if we are not looking at energy and how we get energy, then we're lost, right? And so this is why the medical model is so broken, is because Big Pharma, their products, all right, they're great at getting you out of pain in some ways. They're great at covering up symptoms, but they are horrific when we look at energy. They don't supply energy to the body. And that's because prescription drugs innately are just not foods. And if we're not understanding that simple concept, then we're lost, right? So whether it's stiff, achy joints, headache, heartburn, diarrhea, constipation, Crohn's, colitis, these are all common things I help patients with all over the world via the telephone, or some people fly in as far away from Australia. That's your prerogative, right? But really start looking for doctors to work with who understand the simple physiology and biochemistry of the body, and that is, it is only from food that we receive our energy. It is only from food that we receive our energy. So foods are fats, carbs, and proteins, vitamins, minerals, and enzymes. And enzymes is that secret key behind the success of the above 5 components, right? Without enzymes, forget about it, right? And similarly, without water, forget about it. So I'm gonna turn this around, let's get into it. A body cannot blank itself without adequate blank, right? A body cannot sustain itself without adequate water. Fact, okay? If you're interested in my book, go to thegutcheckbook.com. I got 4 bonuses for you with purchase. Just check that out, it has all the info. So a body cannot sustain itself without water. Now, let's talk about other reasons why water is so critical. Just daily living, okay? Daily living. And when we're talking about water, just aim for 64 ounces to 96 ounces a day. This is not for every single person, so please just understand that this is gonna vary from person to person. But just daily living, we need water just to survive, right? We can go weeks without food. We cannot go very long without water. Super key. And then the next thing is with digestion. Okay, water is critical for digestion. In fact, in my book, I talk all about this. When patients come to see me, I talk all about this. So even though I've formulated my own 5 products, these are my recipes that I've created, I say to patients, even before I even want to sell you one of the products that I've formulated here, understand that water comes first. It's that important. Being dehydrated, it can affect your cellular DNA. Being dehydrated can impact your mood. It can affect digestion significantly. All right, so when you have a surgery, post-surgery, this is critical for you to be hydrating. Okay, let me explain post-surgery. So how it goes is, when you have an operation, any kind of surgery where a knife is going to be penetrating the skin, right? That's going to compromise the integrity of your body's lymphatics to some extent. It's not to say that the body can't come back around and recover. Of course it can. And it does all the time, because that's what the body innately wants, is to strive toward homeostasis and balance and health. That's what's so amazing about our body, right? However, if you've been through surgery, like the patient I was speaking to today, yeah, you're going to be sore. Yeah, things are going to be different. You're going to be in a lot of pain for the most part. Even more critical that you hydrate, and here's why. By hydrating, you are improving collagen. You are lessening the scar tissue. You are improving the body's ability to remove waste. Think about it. When your body has gone through a surgery, like a back surgery in this example, your body wants to recover, and it needs everything. It needs all hands on deck, basically, right? It needs all hands on deck. And if you're not drinking enough water, then you are not going to be removing waste as well. So now your body is going to combat removing waste, because you're dehydrated, and all the other effects that go into dehydration, with healing that surgery that you just had, right? Even more important when you've been under a surgery, when you've been under a knife, that you need to hydrate. You have to do it, because your body is relying on you to give it what it needs so that it can help to heal and help that process repair all of the ligaments and tendons and skin and all of the different things that go into some kind of a surgery. So now let's talk about the second biggest, most important thing here. So we talked about water and hydration. Now I want to talk to you about food enzymes, because what we really have out there when we have energy deficiencies, what we really have when we have symptoms like gas, bloat, diarrhea, Crohn's, these types of things, these are our cardinal signs of energy deficiency, meaning you're not effectively getting either the right amounts of your macros, fats, carbs, and proteins, and or you are not properly digesting them. This is where my testing is just absolutely perfect when it comes to finding out what's going on with how you're digesting food. If you want to find out a little bit more about that, you can go to gutprotocol.com. But anyway, before we even do that, we need to talk about the necessity of having food enzymes or adding enzymes back. And so that's why I formulated my product, Smart Carb. This is an enzyme that you would take at the start of food. Okay, there's black pepper, turmeric, cinnamon in here, all the enzymes you need to digest your fats, your carbs, your proteins, specifically heavy amounts of amylases and carb enzymes in there in that formula, because that's the nutrient that most people, not everyone, that's the nutrient that most people struggle to digest. Why we need enzymes is simply because we're eating foods that have been cooked or heat treated. So anytime that food has been microwaved, steamed, grilled, pasteurized in any way, once food has been raised over the 118 degrees Fahrenheit mark, now that product, those foods are devoid of enzymes. And the food industry knows this. That's why things can stay longer on the shelf. So what I am saying to you is, when you go to a store and you buy, let's say, bread, okay, I'm not a big fan of wheat for the most part because it's been tampered with the way our crops are grown. But let's say that you buy bread that goes moldy quickly. That's great. That means if you're going to have bread, I'm happy that you're getting a product that starts to rot quickly. That's good. Same thing. If you buy fruit from your local grocery store and it starts to rot quickly, awesome. What that means is that that enzymatic process in that food is intact, right? Because the more something ripens, the increase in the enzymes within that product, which means it's easier for us to digest. You've heard me talk about the banana story, I'm sure, a lot, where if you have a green banana, it'll ripen to a yellow banana, then it'll ripen to a yellow banana with spots. That yellow banana with spots has way more enzyme content than does the green one. Hence, the yellow banana with spots is far easier and more superior to digest because it has the enzymes. But what happens is that we have foods coming in from other countries that are radiated or x-rayed. That's going to dampen the enzyme content. We have foods that we cook all the time, foods that we pasteurize or grill or steam. That's going to kill the enzymes. So that's why you want to add enzymes back at the start of food. These are not pancreatic enzymes, guys, because there are a lot of people out there that don't understand the process of food enzymes, and they confuse them with the digestive enzymes found in the pancreas and through the gallbladder and so on. We need to replace back the enzymes. So smartdigestion.com is where you can pick up my Smart Carb product. It's $59 for 180 caps. I challenge anybody out there who makes a product that makes a product to come in at that price point with that kind of potency. You're not going to find it. You go to Whole Foods, you're going to find their enzymes for like 90 caps, 120 caps. They're going to be north of $75 for a fraction of the potency and a fraction of the quantity found in the bottle. So again, you're watching somebody who is in practice helping people all over the world with different things like Crohn's, colitis, heartburn, you name it, all brought on by food energy deficiencies. This is what I do. I'm looking to find out where are the sources of stagnation going on in your gut through my specific test system. You are watching somebody who is not only in practice, seeing thousands of people all over the world every year, but I've also created my own formulas. Why that's important is that there are a lot of people out there who have created a supplement and they have nothing to do with health. So when we're talking about, am I low on aspirin intake, instead we need to be talking about, am I deficient in the food that I'm bringing into my body? Am I deficient on my energy supply? Am I not getting enough fat, carb, and protein in my diet? Therefore, is that the reason why I'm symptomatic? Because that's exactly what happens when we have energy deficiencies.